and welcome to Brawl News. More commonly known as the Brawl Olympics. Covering the story, we have our chief analyst, Kairos Stein. On to you, Kairos.
Are we rolling? Okay, hello, my name is Dewey McBeaker, and I'm from Brawl News, and today it's time for the Brawl Olympics. How was that, Jerry? Do I get the job?
What? Jerry replaced me with Stewie? No!
Hello, fellow brawlers, I'm Kairos Time, and it is time for another Brawl Olympics! That's right, guys, today we're going to be comparing the racing speeds for all of the brawlers in the game. Now, I did a very similar video to this in the past, but that was mostly just kind of like me messing around. Today, I'm going to be a lot more exact with ranking every single brawler. Additionally, since my last racing video, the base speeds of all of the brawlers have been changed, and some of the balance changes have actually influenced some of the rankings. Now, before we jump into this, guys, make sure you go ahead and subscribe for future amazing Brawl Stars videos. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and go over the rules for today's video. Now, first of all, what we're going to be doing is we're going to go ahead and line up each of the brawlers against the back wall to the lower right hand side of the arena, and then they're going to go ahead and race to the opposite side of the map to see who is fastest. Now, I made sure that every brawler starts at the exact same moment that their character starts moving to make sure that it is accurate. Now, the exact frame where the white line disappears from view is going to be considered the finish line. Now, this gives the camera in the game some time to adjust, as well as makes sure that this is as accurate as possible. Now, on top of that, each brawler is allowed one super to give themselves a racing advantage if it will help them. They may also use their regular attack or star power if that helps as well. As a side note, minion speeds like Nita's Bear and Tara's Shadow will also be measured, but they will not be considered for rankings today. Now, before we get started with the rankings, I wanted to quickly cover the base movement speeds for all of the brawlers. That's right, guys, not all the brawlers walk at the same speed. There are 3 walk speeds that all brawlers fall into, excluding attacks, supers, or star powers. 720, which is a slow walk speed, 770, which is a medium walk speed, and 820, which is a fast walk speed. Now, when I mention these speeds, I don't actually have a specific conversion rate or anything like that. These are just the raw numbers pulled from the actual game files. Most brawlers have a walking speed of 720, but there are a few brawlers that have a base walking speed of 770, which is 7% faster than most brawlers. This includes Bull, Daryl, El Primo, and Frank. Lastly, there are a couple of brawlers with a base walk speed of 820, or 14% faster than most brawlers in the game. And that includes Crow and Mortis. Now that you know the base walk speeds for all the brawlers and I've explained the rules, go ahead and put in the comment section below who you think the 3 top brawlers are going to be for racing speeds in this video. And make sure you put them in order or it doesn't count. Now let's go ahead and start off with dead last for a very special spot. We have Tara's Shadow. Okay, I'm just kidding, but did you actually know that if you aim Tara's super directly into the corner as far as you can, it will actually get stuck? Now that's what I call dead last. Okay, for real though, we actually have in this last place, even though it's not ranked, Nita's Bear. Now, Nita's Bear is the slowest moving character in the game with a movement speed of 620. That is 15% slower than the slowest brawler in the game. Now, as a reminder, we are not counting Nita's Bear for rankings, so technically Nita's Bear is unranked instead of last. Okay, seriously though, guys, 100% in dead last, no tricks or anything like that. We have a massive tie for 10th place, including 12 brawlers. We've got Barley, Bo, Brock, Jesse, Nita, Pam, Penny, Poco, Ricochet, Shelly, Spike, and Tara. That's right, guys, each of these brawlers have a slow walking speed and do not have any attacks, supers, or star powers that will give any speed advantage at all. Up next, we have coming in 9th place, Frank. Frank has a medium walking speed but does not gain any advantage from his attack, super, or star power in any way. In fact, if he uses his star power or super, he'd actually be last because it slows him down. Dynamite is next, coming in 8th place. Now Dynamite barely beats Frank when using his super to bounce forward. Now where this is kind of like a sprint, Dynamite actually beats Frank, but Frank absolutely would win in a longer distance run. Now one thing I really wanted to test extensively was whether or not Dynamite's star power actually gave him a speed boost when he was jumping with it. I brought Lukey Bear, who is a Dynamite master jumper, on to test things with me, and even with perfect Dynamite sticks, Mike takes a second to regain composure after he lands, which does slow him down. We tested this extensively to make sure that Dynamite's regular attack does not actually increase his speed. Now, if it is possible to get a faster speed by consistently double jumping, that is not something we were actually even able to successfully pull off. If it is possible, it is incredibly difficult to do and essentially impossible. So we're gonna go ahead and keep Dynamite in 8th place, using his super once. Next, guys, we have 7th place, which is Colt. Now when Colt is not maxed, he ties with all the last place brawlers with a slow walking speed. Now his star power used to make him walk as fast as Crow, but when Brawl Stars went from portrait mode to landscape, everybody's base speed got a buff, but Colt's star power did not. This actually means that Colt is slightly between medium walkers and fast walkers. Here you can actually see that Colt is clearly faster than El Primo, who is a medium walking brawler. If you pay really close attention to the red circle and blue circle here, you can see that Crow is slightly faster than Colt. That's right, guys. Colt is kind of a very unique brawler with his own special walking speed. And I searched through the game files. I couldn't find out what the number was, so I'm sorry, guys. Now, as a quick side note, if we are just looking at straight up walking speeds, Terra's star power Shadow would actually come in first, since it even has a faster walking speed than Crow. Up next, guys, we have 6th place, which is gonna be Piper. Now, despite Piper having a slow walk speed, her super jump gives her an extra competitive edge, which does actually help her pass even Colt. Just like with Dynamite, she wins at a sprint, but Colt would actually win at a long range distance. Next, we have El Primo taking 5th place with a huge leap over Piper. Now, not only does El Primo have a walking speed advantage over Piper, but he also lands before Piper despite jumping later over on that gameplay over to the left. Now, on top of that, he actually jumps 1/3 tile further than Piper does with his super. Next, guys, we've got number 4, and that is going to Bull. Now, Bull actually has the same walking speed as El Primo, but although his charge is slower than El Primo's jump, Bull's 3 tile lead actually does give him a slight advantage over El Primo, which helps him slightly win that 4th place for today's video. Okay, guys, we are finally down to the top 3, which means that it is time for you to see if you got the top 3 right. And remember, guys, it only counts if you guess them in the correct order. Now make sure you go ahead and edit your comment and let me know if you did actually get it correct with your first guess. Are you ready? In 3rd place, guys, we have none other than Crow. Now, Crow ties for the fastest walking speed in the game, but when you add his super into the mix, he comes slightly ahead of Bull. By the way, in case you're curious, Crow's super jump range is actually the exact same as Piper's, but Crow lands much sooner, and he has the fastest walking speed in the game, which is a big reason why he has such a fast racing speed. Now, if you're paying close attention, guys, you probably already know number 2, and you probably already know number 1 by this point, but just to prove it, let's go ahead and show him now. Coming in 2nd place, we have none other than the man without the hat, Mortis. Now, Mortis ties with Crow with the fastest walking speed in the game, but he actually takes the lead for racing speed. While his super does nothing to help him with racing, his regular attack does. When you're watching this gameplay, at first it looks like Crow is actually going to beat Mortis, but then at the last second, Mortis reloads an attack and quickly swipes up ahead of Crow, solidifying that number 2 spot. But it's not over, guys. Now we've got the moment you've all been waiting for. If you haven't guessed it already, you're about to find out the brawler with the fastest racing speed in the game is none other than Daryl. That's right, guys. Daryl rolls really quickly, a distance of 23 2/3 tiles, and there's just no way that any other brawler can come even close. In fact, Daryl reaches the other side of the map before Mortis can even get that white line out of his field of view. Let's go ahead and give it up for Daryl one more time, guys. Wow guys, this has been an incredibly awesome Brawl Stars series, and I'm glad that you guys have loved it so much. To make sure that you have not missed a single episode, make sure you go ahead and check out the Brawl Olympics playlist for a more in-depth deep dive into all of the Brawler stats in the game. Also, if you have more suggestions for future Brawl Olympics events, feel free to drop it in the comment section below, and I will definitely consider it. I got pretty huge plans for future Brawl Stars content, so make sure you go ahead and subscribe while you're at it, guys. I wanted to give a huge thank you to my YouTube and Patreon sponsors for helping support the channel. Additionally, I wanted to give a shout out to those that helped me with recording the gameplay for today's video, including Enoch, Parzival, Portal, Shadow Jutsu, Lukey Bear, Truly Untrue, Ed TM, CR7, LOL Tyrant Star, Jack Frost, CY, and Arjun. For now guys, this is Kairos Time ticking by, and we will see you in Brawl Stars.